Hello everyone, I'm very happy today to show you the best build of the season for the SORC, if not the strongest build of the season for all the class. I have a link of my planner on Mobility. It's called Shockuna's Lightning Spear, the top meta build, probably the strongest build. I mean, I am sure now it's the strongest build of the SORC at least. I'm gonna show you a little showcase in live. I usually use Elixir of Precision, but you can also use Advantage 1 if you want attack speed and lucky hit chance. Let's do like PID 120 to start. I'm gonna show you a little bit how to play this build. Keep in mind that my gear is very endgame gear. You would need like a very good gear to reproduce what I do. But even with a little bit less gear, you should be able to reproduce that. I'm gonna show you the guild, the skill tree, the Paragon at the end of the video. So basically what you wanna do is, you don't wanna cast too many Frozen Orb. Ideally, you don't cast Frozen Orb, you just cast the Lightning Spear, because all your damage is coming from Lightning Spear and the new aspects that they put in this season called the Splintering Energy. All your damage is coming from that. The damage is insane and shine mostly when in AoE. The AoE damage is crazy. It's struggling a little bit. I mean, the weakness of the build is single target damage. But the single target damage is the weakness because the AoE is too crazy. Like, everything just dies. This is speed 120, and the elites and monsters that just die off screen. This is like speed farming a pit 101. And here comes a little bit more problem on the boss. The single target damage is a little bit worse. But it's still very strong, as you can see. And when the boss staggered, as you can see, the damage is ramping up. I'm gonna explain that to you later, why. Okay, that was like 1 minute 40 seconds for clearing the pits 120. Strongest build of the SOC. I'm gonna go into the training room. That's gonna be easier to explain. To explain how the build works and what's the interaction and stuff. So we're gonna go through my gear first, so you might understand better how this works. So let's get multiple target. That's gonna be easier to explain. So the builds can works like this because of the new Fractured Winter Glass. They add the new affix that is called Conjuration Cooldown reduce by 0 by X second when you cast when a Frozen Orb explodes. This is one explosion of Frozen Orb, and every time it explodes, the cooldown of the Lightning Spear gonna be reduced. Like one explosion reduce. And you can put that with the Frozen Orbit aspect, that's gonna make 2 explosion. Like, it should explode once, but it explodes 2 extra tram, and the 2 extra tram gonna count on the Lightning Spear, look. So 1 explosion is almost resetting your Lightning Spear, but right now there are too many target dummy. It's very hard to see. You see every explosion that reduces the cooldown, and with the Fractured Winter Glass, your Conjuration has a chance to cast another Frozen Orb, and the Frozen Orb gonna explode 3 times, and it will just allow to create a chain reaction, and you have just infinite Lightning Spear. Like this. That's why it's so strong, like in AoE damage. Like, I don't even cast Frozen Orb, it's like you have perma Lightning Spear right now. So this is the amulet you need. The most important stat is the Conjuration Mastery passive. You would want to have a GA on it. If you can have Conjuration cooldown is also great. You need the legendary affix to be high. Ideally, I have mine at 62, but if you can get higher, it will be better because you will have more chance to spawn more Conjuration and more Frozen Orb. This is the ring I'm rocking. You wanna get as much like a lot critical strike chance because the build rely on critical strength and critical strike damage. Also, you have the orbits to combo with the Fracture Winterglass. This is the regular Talrasha ring. You wanna masterwork everything on cooldown because if you have less cooldown on Lightning Spear, that's gonna help even cast it more. Obviously, you wanna have max aspects. This is the staff. You put the splintering energy. The build plays only around the splintering energy. If you don't have the aspect, that doesn't work. So this is the most important thing to have. You put your splintering aspect on the two-hander, otherwise it doesn't work. You want to masterwork everything on critical strike damage because that's what gives you the most damage. So what this aspect does is every time you critical hits with Lightning Spear, it's gonna cause a lightning to arc and dealing damage to its targets and 5 other enemy. That's why the AoE is so strong because when it hit one target, it's gonna arc to 5, and when the targets are together, it's just gonna synergize and create like a lot of damage in AoE. So don't forget to put the aspect on that. We're using Hesu to have more critical strike damage and critical strike chance because this works because the aspects work only when you critical strike. So you need a lot of critical strike chance close to 100%. I mean, you can reach 100% with good gear. So every time your Lightning Spear hits, it's gonna proc the aspects. That's the goal. We also use Tybot's Wheel to have 20% more damage. The unstoppable damage reduction, while unstoppable doesn't work on the SORC because you are unstoppable when you cast Flame Shield, but you are just like immortal when you have Flame Shield, and when you teleport, you are just unstoppable the first frame. So this aspect is useless, it's just for damage. You want to masterworks maximum life. All stat is okay, I guess, but maximum life is probably the best. That's why I'm running rubies to get more life and more toughness because you are losing 1 pence here to run Tybot's Wheel to get more damage. If you prefer, I am trying a variant. Actually, I'm running another pair of pants with Orange Herald to refresh my unstable current faster. And then you can switch probably for Topaz because this pants is more defensive one. You can also put Concentration Aspect for 25% more GR. On the glove, it's the same. You want more attack speed, you want more crit chance, crit damage because it's scale on that. We also use the aspects of Stormswell because at the moment, I don't know if you remember at the boss, when the boss was staggered, his HP was falling down. It's because of Stormswell, because Stormswell is double zipping with your ice armor here. That upgrade is called Mystical Ice Armor, and Stormswell is doing double damage on staggered enemy or frozen enemy when you have your ice armor. That's why we are using this aspect, very important. On Chirel's Might, you want to master everything on damage reduction. I could not get it, but that's what you want. And here I finally got the Shaco. I got very lucky. I craft the Shaco. I could master work it 3 times. Like, this is the big news of the season. Everyone was talking about that, and I finally achieved that. So on the Shaco, you want to get 3 masterwork on cooldown. Obviously, if you don't have it, it's okay. I was using this one before, and it works perfectly fine. You want to masterwork cooldown, but if you got life, if you masterwork 2 times and you got something else, it's alright. Like, what I'm trying to do is just optimal. So cooldown gonna help you with everything, with unstable currents. You can teleport more, you can cast Lightning Spear more easily. You can have like more ice armor, or it's just one of the best stats to have for this build. Now after the gear, we're gonna go over my skill tree. The planner gonna be in the description. It's exactly the same skill tree. We have Firebolt to have Firebolt enchants. I put 1 point in Frozen Orb because there is nothing else to take here. And you need 4 points to go to this one. I put Charge Bolts because I have Destructive Charge Bolt. You get 25% DR, and I have a lot of questions about why do you use Charge Ball and it's not on the skill bar, simply because when you have Unstable Currents and you are casting a Lightning Spear, you have a chance to cast a Charge Bolt that's gonna give you 25% DR on the boss. And you're casting a Lightning Spear so fast that this is 3 seconds, you're gonna have 100% earth time. This is the defensive spell that SORC usually run. You have Flame Shield, Teleport, Glass Cannon for the damage, this to survive, and for the double dipping with Stormswell. Here we take Lucky Hit Chance, because Lucky Hit Chance is gonna allow your Conjuration skill to have more chance to proc more Frozen Orb and reduce your Lightning Speed furthermore. We have also Ice Blade. Ice Blade every time hits, that's gonna reduce your cooldown. This is our main spell. This is super important, the Conjuration Mastery. That's the most important passive to have because you scale your damage with critical strike chance, and with that, because you can get up to 50, even 60 Conjuration Mastery, everything gonna scale with that. The damage gonna scale with that. Your movement speed is gonna scale with that, and your movement speed with SU, the more movement speed you have, the more critical strike chance you have. So this is super important, and that's why on Amulet you should try to get the GA1 and Masterwork it 3 times if you can. This is just like having more defense. This is Devouring Blaze, multiplicative damage for your against burning enemy. The critical strike, we have 100% to critical strike. That's why you have Fireball Enchant here to make enemy burning, to synergize with Devouring Blaze. We have Hoarfrost because Frozen Orb is chilling enemy, and there are so many Frozen Orb that they are frozen, so it's more damage. Unstable Currents to have more Lightning Spear. When you have Unstable Currents and you cast a Lightning Spear, you have a chance to cast another Lightning Spear from the Unstable Current. This is having more GR to survive. Overflowing Energy gonna help you to refresh Lightning Spear, Teleports, and keeping your Unstable Current uptime. So the enchantment Ice Blades, you have a lot of Ice Blade enchant here, as you can see. Every time you use a cooldown, like if you spam your shield, your Ice Blade just gonna refresh and you're gonna have a lot of Ice Blade. So yeah, this is the free defensive one. You cast Lightning Spear. The rotation is just simple. You try to keep your shield up, you press Unstable Current when you can. You spam Lightning Spear, you keep your Flame Shield to survive, and you teleport to go faster. That's it. Like, it's very simple. The Lightning Spear gonna go over the map and just kill everything. It's very easy build to play if you got the gear. It's really simple to play. There is nothing hard about this build. It's just very hard to get the gear. On the Paragon, I'm using Elementalist to get more damage. The Tactician on the Burning Instant to get the GR and a little bit of damage. We're also taking Toughness here. I am taking a lot of Toughness actually because we have no Immortal Flame Shield anymore, so I'm trying to make sure to not die. Also use Reinforce here. I use Charge here for more damage again. This is to boost your Conjuration uptime, because you are scaling. The more Conjuration you have, the more damage you do. So 25% more uptime is very great. This is having less cooldown on your Lightning Spear. This is just more damage, more critical strike damage because we scale on that. Vulnerable damage, more damage, more damage, more damage again. So this is the first version. As you can see on my planner, it's the conclusion I have on this build. Maybe it's gonna change. Maybe I'm gonna like have a new setup, a better setup, but right now this is working really well. We have all the information. I have all the detail on what you have to masterwork, what you wanna use. If you wanna replace Ruby with Topaz, you can do it. It's not a problem. I personally sometimes play with Dispense and Topaz because it's just like your preference. If you wanna wear a regular pants or type swill, there is no like magic answers. It's just up to you. And many people ask me what they should get to start playing this build. I would say you would need Fracture Winterglass, probably Shaco because the build is very dependent on Shaco and the other unique. You can play without Chiral's Might, even though it's gonna be hard. But yeah, that's what you need to play. And remember that it's highly gear dependent. If you want to try the build and you don't have any Uber, I have a starter version of the build here. You can check. You don't have a mythical unique. It's a lot easier to get the guild if you want to get started. And when you get Shaco, then you can switch back to the endgame build if you want. So yeah, this is the strongest build of the SORCs. I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'm doing this video live on Twitch. If you like it, don't hesitate to come say hi on Twitch to me. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube, and I hope you like it. See you soon, my friends. GG.